Hey guys, Luis here. In this video, we're going to make a kaiju roar and then walk away. The template for this project is in the description, or if you prefer, you can draw your own kaiju. To set up my scene, I use a large blue piece of construction paper for the sky, and I cut another piece of construction paper to mimic the water. I taped them to the table to make sure that they didn't move around. I recommend purchasing a $20 overhead stand, or if you prefer, you can be creative and make up your own. For this project, and for my other stop motion videos, I use the Stop Motion Studio app. This is a free app for Android and iOS devices. The link is in the description. If you downloaded and printed the character from the description, we must color it and then cut it out. Once you finish cutting it, you will have the body, the head, the jaw, and 2 arms. We are only going to be animating the top half of the character, so it doesn't matter that the kaiju is not fully rendered out. We have to attach the body parts. I use a push pin to make a hole where we have to join the joints. They are labeled with a dot. For each of the parts, I use a very small copper wire, vent it into an L shape, use masking tape to secure it, and coiled the copper wire to make sure that the parts stayed in place. If you do not have a thin wire available, you can try to use paper fasteners. Follow this same process for the other joints. Open the Stop Motion Studio app on your device. Tap the New Movie icon, then tap the Settings icon, and this time we are going to try to use 12 frames per second. Professionals use between 24 and 30 frames per second when animating. The greater the number of images you capture per second, the smoother your animation will appear when it's replayed. 12 frames per second means that we'll be taking 12 pictures for 1 second of animation. Let's begin with our animation. Tap the camera icon on the top right corner of your app. Position your character between the sky and the water so that you can see about half of its body. Take 3 or 4 pictures of your character in the same position to give your eyes an idea of what's going on. Then, move your character about 2 or 3 millimeters to your left and take a picture. You might also want to move the hand a bit. And it's up to you if you want to move the construction paper that represents the water as well. In this case, I am not going to animate the water. However, you are welcome to animate it for your scene, as it would make your animation look smoother and more intriguing. Let's move our character a few millimeters to the left again, and also its arm a little bit. Then take a picture. Continue with this process until your kaiju has moved to about the middle of the screen. Here, we are going to open the kaiju's mouth about halfway. Take a picture. And then we'll open its mouth all the way and take another picture. The roar sound effect that we have for this kaiju is 3 seconds long. This means that the kaiju has to have its mouth open for about 36 frames, or 36 pictures, which comes up to 3 seconds. Before you take the 36 pictures for this part, make sure that you move the head and the jaw just a bit for each frame. This will make it seem as if your kaiju is shaking or moving its head as it roars. You might also want to move its hands as you do this. Alright, let's do it. When you finish with the 36 pictures, let's have the kaiju close its mouth and let's move him to the left a little bit at a time. Let's follow this process until he is off the screen. You can preview your animation. My kaiju moves a little bit faster after the roar. I should have made him move slower in between frames. But it looks good, so we'll leave it at that. To add sound to your animation, download the roar sound effect in the description. Go to the frame where your roar is about to start. Tap on it. Go to Audio, Library, and select your file. Preview your animation. If your audio is too high, you can adjust it by tapping on the frame that has your audio file. Go to Audio and tap on the audio icon. Here, you can adjust the volume. Tap Done.
To add the ocean sound effect, follow the same process.
Preview your animation. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to share your clips with us through our social media pages.